Hello, YouTube. This is Don Freeman coming at you another Saturday. Um, just another update on how the market was. We had a short week. Uh, this is the weekend of Good Friday and Easter. So Good Friday, they take the market off, and that's just another short week for the traders, but that's okay. You know, people need to take a break and unwind every once in a while. So that's what we're going to do this weekend. But being that it is spring, this was another one of those situations where my side hustle kind of starts back up, and I'm back out there on the weekends. Went out with my homeboy Chris and got a couple yards in to get the weekend started. So I don't know if I'm looking scruffy right now on the camera. It's because I was out there in the morning trying to get it in. But yeah, those are the things you deal with when you want to kind of build yourself, build your income, and build your income streams. You got to get out there and you got to get to work. I wanted to talk about, I was looking at, being that this was the beginning of the month, how I did in March. And in March, I actually did pretty well. I want to go back and kind of talk about that again. I talked about it a little bit last week, but one thing about it is I want to say I had a chance in this first week to build on some of the stocks that I have that I pulled a lot of money back from, and that I used to pretty much, what I want to say, start paying on some of my hospital bills. And so in doing that, I got some of those last end of the month payouts, and I'll go over with some of them with you here. Let's see. Got a lot of pending for April already. But at the end of March, on the 31st, I had 3 dividends come in, and those dividends came in with $10.32, $26.76, $1.84, and that was one of the new ones I picked up, 6th Street Capital. Then on the 29th, I had 2 dividends come in. My XRMI, which is one of the covered call ETFs, it came in with $14.91. And then my Orchard Island, it came in with $5.28. And then the ones before that were kind of like a week off. So, I had those dividends, what I did for that week, and then into this week, I'm not adding a lot of money right now. I probably only added maybe around $50 here and there, along with those payouts. And then I pretty much boosted some of the stocks that I have poised to pay me near the middle of the month. And so when I look and go back to what I got pending for April, in April, I received my first dividend when I picked up the JEPI covered call ETF. And that JEPI paid me 45 cents for one share. And so going past that, that was the first one on the 6th. And then I have pending for AGNC, which is a mortgage REIT, is pending to pay me 84 cents. Then on the 14th, I have 3 stocks that I'm getting back to building up. Have the EFAS is the emerging markets like Europe and Asia. And then I have SPFF is a high yield common stock, preferred stock dividend. And then I have SDIV, which is another kind of total stock market with kind of a little bit of emerging markets. And then, those three, that one was actually for the EFAS paying 94 cents. The SPFF is paying me 66 cents. And then SDIV is going to pay me $1.15. And then certainly the ones that are always they take a month to develop, but it's already pending for the 19th for Prospect Capital to pay me $3.18. And again, for the next month for Orchard Island, it's got me pending on the 26th to get $5.44. And so, of course, you just motor on. What you do is, I don't think I'm going to put a lot of money in while I'm paying back on these hospital bills. Like I said in the last video, they're looking to have me pay around $430 some odd a month, which is that's like a car note, which, I don't have a car note right now. I luckily got my Lincoln paid off at the end of, halfway through last year. And so, I was really happy for that time being, saying, hey, I don't have a lot of bills. Then all of a sudden these hospital bills came up, and, that's life. You got to live it. And so, what I'll do is I'll just continue on, just evaluate my checks when they come in and say, what do I want to give? Do I want to, add maybe, $30 here or $50 there? $30 or $50 could, buy me a couple more shares of a good stock. And so, that's always helpful. And it's always, a good mental strategy, knowing that you're building up some more change here and there. If you have payouts like, 6 cents or 12 cents a share, you're adding, another 6 cents, and you're adding another 12 cents. And so that's, always a blessing. Was reading up in my book back here, a chapter talking about the dividend paying mutual funds and ETFs, and was just again, just continuing on, happy that the fact that I never got involved with mutual funds. Some people have them. It's a good way to start if you are hands off, you don't know anything about it, but you want to invest. So you're letting somebody do that for you, but the expenses and the fees come at you from all directions. A lot of mutual funds have what they call in there as a load. It could be the front end, or it could be on the end when you're selling. And so a load basically is to, get them a commission every time you buy or sell out of your mutual fund. And then the bad thing about it is your mutual fund doesn't really let you make your move until the end of the closing day. So, you don't know how much your mutual fund's going to charge you for any move you make, because, it's going to have a certain price on, during the day, but it might change at the end of the day because of a bad performing day. And so I'm glad I never gotten involved with that. But when it comes down to the ETFs move during the day all day long, and certainly you can pick them up during the day. Some of them, they don't grow through till maybe at the end of the day, I want to say. But you still get more closer to the price that is showing on your brokerage account. And so, that was one thing I was thinking about in that chapter I was reading. It's always better to think about how you're approaching your investing on a daily basis. Evaluate what you're doing. Certainly one thing I want to do again is I'm eventually going to start trying to do some of the options trading on my own. But you need 100 shares of a stock or ETF to do that. And I got on my playlist, one of our other guys, I want to say Average Joe was talking about how when you're doing options, you got to evaluate, how much volatility does a stock have? Is it going to be, helpful to you, if a stock is very expensive to get 100 shares, you might need $5,000, $7,000, $10,000, or $15,000 just for that one ETF or whatever it is. So, that's always one thing to think about. But once you have that, you're able to do your covered calls, and your covered call is a situation to where you're putting your stocks out there to be sold at a certain price, but if the stock market doesn't reach that price, then you're not liable to sell it. You can continue on and keep your shares, and you keep that premium. And so for having a dividend, or maybe your ETF has a dividend that's like around 1-2%, but then when you're doing your covered calls, you can boost that dramatically. You may bring that up to maybe twice, up to 3 to 4 or even 5% on a year basis, just because of the premium that you pull at each month, along with getting your dividends and along with holding on to your stock. But certainly, if the price goes into the strike price, you're required to relinquish your stocks, which is not really a bad thing. I mean, you can technically say, well, the stock market continued to go up after I relinquished my shares, so I missed out in all that, profit. But that's not the biggest thing to worry about. You can look at that as a situation as, I made my premium, they, bought the stock from me, but I have all this money, so what do I want to do with it? Do I, buy into a certain amount of another shares of the same stock or ETF? Or do I go ahead and say, let me buy another stock and start with another stock? So, getting over another bout of a chest infection here. So I'm going to make this a short video. That's just one of the things I wanted to talk about is, the expenses, different ways to generate income. I'm back cutting grass, so that's another income for me. So that's where we're at. Like and subscribe if you like the channel. Leave some comments in the description below, and I'll get back with you. Bye.